Okay, so I'm back. Okay, Robert, once again with the real estate marketing. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how we get hundreds of leads super fast for our clients. I'm going to show you how we set up our custom Facebook ads. I'm going to show you how we set up all the automated follow-up systems and just all kinds of cool things that you guys need to know if you're doing real estate marketing. And if you guys have tried to set up all this stuff yourself and failed, I'm going to show you what you possibly did wrong. So if you guys are ready, keep on watching so I can show you how I did that. Okay, so I'm back. Should be able to see my pointer on screen. Here it is here. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. Okay, first off, let me go ahead and explain how the video is going to go like always, and welcome to the Octagon Room. But first, we should be running on time about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes max. Depends how interesting things get. I'll try to stay on point. I do have some PowerPoint slides that we're going to go through at first. I'm going to show you how all this stuff works. I got the cool graphics all set up. You're not going to want to miss anything, and you're not going to get bored because the graphics will explain everything that we're doing. And then at the very end, I'm going to show you the actual marketing system that we use for our clients. And you guys are welcome to duplicate. I'm going to show you everything so you can do this yourself and have somebody do it for you, or you can actually hire us. So the choice is yours. You guys are going to learn a lot of cool stuff. So enough said, and let's talk about me really quick. Who is your trainer today? My name is Rob. I've been doing real estate lead capture close to 20 years. That's a long time, okay? I know that, and I am the founder of realestatereferralplace.com and Smart Media Results. So those two things you guys need to know, because sometimes when you watch these videos, you're wondering, who is your trainer? Do they really know what they are talking about? Yes, I'm one of the people that actually set up all this crazy stuff, run Facebook ads. You can actually see me on video running all these leads. You see me getting lead one after another. So I'm one of the Facebook marketers. I'm actually so I always say I'm not just a professional marketer, I'm actually a real estate agent as well. So I know what you guys need. That's why I set this up in a way that I know what works and what doesn't work. Okay, enough on me, enough on the agency, and let's go ahead and dive right into this. Okay, what you guys see on my screen is a bunch of little graphics that I set up. We got a bunch coming up. Like I said, first the graphics, then we'll go into the marketing system. So you guys can duplicate what I'm going to explain now. So what we do, how we get hundreds of leads super quick, is running Facebook ads, the Google ads, and YouTube ads. We're going to mainly focus on Facebook ads on this video training because I know a lot of you guys are brand new, and I don't want you guys to think that it's very easy to run Facebook ads and Google ads and YouTube ads at the same time, because if you did, you would go broke unless you're really good at this. Okay, so start with one platform first and don't spend a lot of money. Make sure that you guys know if you guys get into this, it's a learning curve. And if you don't know what you're doing, then hire somebody like ourselves. But I'm going to explain what we do. I'm going to make it sound somewhat easy, but it's really not. It's very complicated, but you guys can copy what I'm about to tell you. Okay, so that being said, that's the disclaimer. I just want to make sure everybody knows that when you watch me on video getting hundreds of leads super fast, it's because we specialize in this. Okay, number one, Facebook ads are running. Here's the ads. We are running a whole bunch of ads, right? So let's say there's one client that we're working with. How many ads are we going to run for that client? Okay, we usually run, starting out, if somebody purchase a smaller package from us, it's going to be one ad with a rotation of 7 to 8 to 10 ads running. So it's one ad. We start with one ad, but we rotate like 8 different ads as we start to go. Okay, as they stay with us longer, we run another campaign. So each one of these are campaigns that have different ads inside. So if it's a client that's been with us for a while and they have a lot of campaigns going, this is 5 campaigns. 1 campaign, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each campaign has a rotation of 7 to 10 ads running. So if you've done this yourself, because every time somebody comes on board, they always show us what they've done, and they might show us their Facebook business page. And we only run these on the client's business page. We don't run it on your personal Facebook. Okay, and we don't run it on the front end, we run it on the back end. So you don't even see our ads running when you look at your Facebook business page. They're on the back end. Okay, so what this means is a lot of people think that we're running ads like where you create a post and then you run it and then you click boost. No, no, no. We don't do that at all. That's just a waste of money. We're doing it the professional way. Okay, just want to make sure everybody understands that. So if you have ran one ad before in the past and you did it the right way on the back end and you set everything up perfectly and you did not get any leads, there's a reason why. So as we get into these slides that we do have coming up, then you guys will understand what you possibly did wrong. But what we do, Pro Style, is rotate about 8 different ads per campaign. Not 1, 8. And we do that on a highly targeted market. So what we do when we target the areas, it depends what the client wants, but it's usually 2 or 3 cities, towns, whatever, that highly targeted zip codes. Let's just leave it at that. So now you guys know what we do. So we run all kinds of ads and all kinds of rotating ads for Facebook, and we do the same thing for Google, and we do the same thing for YouTube for the clients that have been with us for a long time and have a larger budget. Again, you're just starting out, you want to stick with this one first. It's the best way to do it. Okay, let's go ahead and move along to the next slide here. And let me see if this, yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's the next one. People always wonder, well, I've ran some ads and it just didn't seem to work. Okay, so what we use is called lead form. When you're inside Facebook, for the people that want to do this themselves, you're going to be presented with a bunch of choices on how to set up your ads with Facebook. Again, we're talking about Facebook only here, not Google or YouTube. What we choose is lead form, Facebook lead forms. So that's this one here. It's their internal system that they have, and that's what we use because it captures their name, email, and phone number with Facebook's own internal system. So it's really cool. All right, that's the best one to actually use if you guys are trying to set this up yourself. Now, what we do is we actually tie in our lead capture form as well. So it goes to our website, and it's one page only. It's not a complete website. It's one landing page. So I should take that back. It's a landing page, not a website, with a custom lead capture form on there to find out who's a looky-loo and who wants to move forward. What happens to that lead when it comes in, it shoots straight over to your email autoresponder, and it's going to send out a series of messages, which you will see on the next slide coming up. And it actually sends a client a text message as well. So that's what's happening instantly. Okay, so when the lead comes in, they're sent immediately to the autoresponder. They get their first message and they get another message on text message, and then you get notified by your inbox to your phone. So it's usually going to end up on your phone because all your messages are going there. So that's how that works. Now, all this stuff happens on the blink of an eye. It's super fast. Okay, so if you guys are wondering what do we do with our system, you can see it here. This is a very quick overview of what's happening. Now ask yourself this: were you doing this? Like a lot of people think, oh, we're already doing this. I have my assistant doing this. First of all, I mentioned, because I go through some of this stuff fast, are you guys using lead form? Lead forms are how we get hundreds of leads super fast. Now you can watch me on video doing that, which I'll point out as we go on with this presentation. Okay, so let's keep moving along here so you guys can see how things work. So what is inside your email and text follow-up? What should you put in there? I'm going to show you what we do, and then you guys can think about how you guys want to set things up. But this is how we do it, and this is what works because we do a lot of testing. Okay, so inside the email that is sent out for text message, where we have text message and email, here's what's inside. It's an actual link to our form, our lead capture form for buying and selling. And it's a custom form that asks for all kinds of information that we need to know if the client service wants to move forward. And that form is actually set up to match the ads that we run. So that's why we put here, message should match offer. Okay? Make sure everybody understands that, because a lot of people, this is where they really mess up. When they're sending out the messages, sometimes they just write all kinds of goofy stuff. No, you don't want to do that. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have a link in there. That's why we use the little link there. It's got a hyperlink going to that form. Next, we have another hyperlink in a real small text, that's going in there. So it's not some huge, message. It's a couple paragraphs, really small, and it has another link to the pre-approval landing page to find out if they want to move ahead and who's serious and who needs to get pre-approved. Okay. And third, we put a link to a video of the agent who we are working with. That's usually a welcome video. So when you do these three things, this is what's going to get your conversions higher, your conversion rate, and help you just get more closing. So again, before we move on, ask yourself this: were you doing this? Because a lot of people watching these, videos, they seem to think that they're already doing this. You can see how we do it. This is what's inside our pro system. This is what we do for hundreds of agents that are working with us. It's the exact system that we use. Okay? So I'll leave it on the screen for a couple seconds longer, but that's what we do. Email, SMS, text message, and we got three things going on here. Okay? So it's a link to the selling and buying, pre-approval, and the welcome video for the real estate agent. That's what we send out in our messages. Okay, moving along. Let's go ahead and click this, and hopefully we end up on the right one. So now we're on leads follow-up. How do you do your leads follow-up when this stuff starts getting crazy? You guys should have hundreds of leads coming in. That's how we set up things. When you set up things right, you'll have hundreds of leads every month. Depends on what you guys are doing, how much you're actually spending. Okay, so if you have 3 platforms running, you will have hundreds of leads if you do things right. They're getting sent over to the email, they're getting sent over to the SMS text message, and they're getting sent over to your phone. So what you guys need to do is call them as well, which we're going to talk about that next. So how do you follow up when everything is coming in there so fast? If you don't get back to your clients very quick, within the same day, within the first 2 hours, then the chances of you highly doing your conversion rate going actually high will drop if you don't actually try to contact them super fast. So we always tell everybody, as soon as you get the notification, try to contact them within the first hour or 2. Don't wait longer than that. Try to do it within the first hour. Most agents don't do that, which is kind of weird, right? Okay, so as you can see on my screen, here's what the automated follow-up looks like. A lot of people wonder, like, well, I already have an automated, system follow-up. Okay, do you have a system like this? It looks kind of crazy on screen, but you can actually see what is going on. Email and SMS text, message. So we're huge on this. If you notice, you keep seeing this. Okay, your phones are like number one. People look at their phone just as much as they look at their email. A lot of people think that email is not that popular anymore, which it is. Don't fall for that trap where everybody says that it's not. It's still, everybody checks their email. I check my email all day long on my phone and my text messages. So what do? Okay, how many messages should you send out, or how should you be setting up your autoresponder systems? Now, most autoresponder systems now have a system where you can do smart messages sent out by action. You can set them up that way if you like. So in other words, you can have a whole bunch of messages where one says, when you send the message out, when they click on the link, if they click on that link, then they get another set of messages. And if they do this or do that, whatever actions they take, it sends them to another set of messages. You can do that, or you can do it the easy way and just start off with autoresponders. But start somewhere. You need to have something set up, okay? So we send out about 100 messages, which is actually nothing. It only comes around to, when you start to spread it out throughout the days and months, it's not that many as it seems. 100 messages might seem like a lot, but it's really not when you start to send it out. So the first day, they get 1. Wait 3 days. That's what this is here. It shows you how long you should actually wait. Okay, 3 days. So you don't send out your second message until about 3 days. Then you wait till day 6. You see how that works? So they got it on the third day, 3, 4, 5, 6, another 3 days, then they got it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you got 3, 3, 3, 15, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. You see how we're spreading out? 20, 21. We're already going to 28. So we keep spreading. Then we shorten up. If you notice right here, we kind of like paused here, and then we went back to very close. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. How it gets closer. So we play around with the way the messages are actually hitting. And that's done through a lot of testing that we've done over the years of doing real estate marketing. So you guys are welcome, of course, to try to figure this out on your own and see what the best message system to send out messages is, because it's very easy to actually change with your email system. It's super easy, but you have to have some kind of system. We stopped at 64 just because we didn't want to keep running on screen, but you want to end up ending at 100 days. Okay, so that's one message. This is another message, and that's all that this means. But they're getting these messages at the same time. So when they get this first email, they're getting a text message as well. And keep in mind, the text message has the links in there as well. So we do this super fast. Everything's done automated, and it never stops. So if you have a system like this, and you can see that the text message we put in here 50 messages, you could do 100, but just make sure you don't go too crazy with the text messages as well. You want to keep it at the same pace. You don't want to bombard somebody with a bunch of text messages. Seems like text messages, people get mad a little bit easier. So you might want to even go ahead and edit the 3 and go 1 to 6 to 15. You see what I mean? Spread them out more and more if you think that you're starting to bother people too much. But that's what you guys want to do. You want to just have your automated system where it never stops and it's constantly going out, and then you guys actually calling them as well, which you will see coming up on the next screen here. Okay, so what do you guys do now? You got everything's automated, so how should you actually call them to make sure that you're actually getting involved as well? Because without you guys, without the real estate agent, you're not going to get a higher conversion rate and higher and more closings if you guys don't call them. You have to call them. Okay, how often? Phone, email, follow-up. That's what it says here. Every 5 days for 30 days. So I know a lot of people always say, well, I got my automated system doing all this. There's no reason for me to get involved. You guys are just making excuses because you just don't want to sit there and call them. When we really find out the truth, what agents are actually doing, half of them, or I would say 80% of them, don't want to do the callbacks because they feel that, oh, the lead wasn't going anywhere. People really like to hear a voice. They like to connect with you when you guys call them. So try to call them. That's why we put this here every 5 days, and then add them to your CRM. What we do is we try to train everybody to use the actual the CRM that's built into the autoresponder. It's very easy to use. If you guys have your own, you can use that. We set up things our own way, but whatever you guys are actually doing, whatever CRM you guys have, many people have their own, but whatever you guys feel comfortable with, I should just say. But you just want to make sure that your messages are going somewhere and know when you contacted them, know what you guys are doing, because you want to keep calling them every 5 days for at least 30 days, and then just let the autoresponder take over. So you're not doing the same thing as the autoresponder does. You're just making sure and calling them every 5 days and saying, hey, did you get our messages? We've sent you a message the other day. They really like that when you don't call them every day, when it's every few days. Okay, if they don't pick up on the 5th day, you call them back again. But the minute they pick up, that's when you add your main message in. Say, well, I spoke to them, very rude, they don't want us to call, and you tag them with that. So that's what we actually do. We tag them and know not to call them back. Because if they do pick up and they say, don't bother me, I'm not interested, you don't want to keep calling them back. But you want to know that you had a point of contact on such and such date and time, put it in your CRM and move on. But you need to do the phone calls. Okay, so moving along here. Let's keep moving along. Okay, so at this point here, I'm just going to say, and that's how it's done. So now what? You can either do this yourself, you see how we set everything up, or have us do it. The choice is yours. We have all cool little graphics going on. Hopefully it's not too much, but I just want you guys to think for a minute. That's how you guys set up a pro style. That's what we do. Now I'm going to show you next is our own system. You're going to really see the live images of the ads and all that. So if you guys are ready, that's where we're going next. But I just want you guys to think for a minute. Everything that I just showed you seems easy when you just talk about it, but configuring all this stuff is not as easy as it sounds. And if somebody's trying to do this for you, they really have to be experts at all this stuff, or they will really confuse the whole entire system. Nothing's going to work, and your lead conversions are going to go nowhere. So that's what happens when we get people that contact us. They say, well, somebody was doing this for us, but it doesn't seem like they were doing it right, because now that I saw how your system works. So let's go ahead and look at our system now. Okay, so you should be able to see the system on screen. Here it is here, and there's my pointer here. So let's go ahead and just glance down really quick. I'm going to go ahead and go down on page here, and you guys can see what's going on. This is the landing page. Then I'm going to scroll back up, and then we'll come right back up to the top, just so you guys can see. There's the pricing packages, and there's our contact information there. So let's just start from the top, and I'll just shoot down really quick here. Okay, so when you guys end up here, a lot of people who are new at real estate, you guys have been bombarded with this stuff, and that's why we actually put it here. So it says sound familiar. Okay, a lot of people tell you to do what's on this list. You guys can see it. I'm not going to read each one, but this is stuff that was done back in 1990 or before. I mean, it just stuff is really hard to make this stuff work. If you're not doing targeted marketing, you're doing old style marketing, this is where a lot of money is wasted. So keep in mind, if you're doing this, read this, and if you're still trying to convince yourself that this really works, it really won't, because it's impossible to get this stuff to work. Can you imagine knocking on doors? You're going to end up on the Ring doorbell, and that's pretty much it. I'll touch on one more, because a lot of people do this, sending out postcards. When you send out a postcard, one postcard is about 80 cents. If you get the jumbo postcard, they're $1. And if you do the smallest farm, they're called farms. If you do the smallest farm, your office or somebody, your brokerage, will try to tell you to start with 200 homes or 500. Let's go to the small one, 200 homes. That's $200 for 200 homes only. That's nothing. If you're doing Facebook ads, you can reach thousands of people with one ad, and I mean, it's going to go out to the correct people. It's targeted. You're not just sending out to people who are not interested. Okay? So that's how that works. Go ahead and read that on your own. Let's go ahead and scroll down just a little bit, and you guys can go ahead and pull this up on your own. This is the same video. Well, it's actually a different video. This is a presentation video for this landing page. You're welcome to watch it. And right here, you can actually see me running Facebook campaigns on this video here, and you can see us getting leads super fast. So if you guys are wondering how the pros do it, this is how we do it. Again, if you wanted to do this yourself, this is how it needs to work. When you watch this video, if you're not getting leads like I am here on video, then you're doing something wrong. Okay, that's how the pros do it. Yes, I've been doing it a long time, and everybody on our team has been doing it a long time as well. So what do? We do targeted marketing. I just want you guys to know that. We've already went through all the slides and all that, but again, you can come back and look at this. I'm just going to fly through this really quick just to make sure that everybody understands we do targeted marketing. We're only contacting, and everything that we do is only for the areas that you're interested in. That's where the marketing goes out. Okay, we reach thousands of people super quick, and like I said, we do custom Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube. We run the funnel system. We do the lead capture pages and automated follow-up. And you guys already saw the ads. The slides. So I'm just going to fly through some of this, but it's really important here. The ads are right there. I'll get to that in 1 second, but a lot of people always wonder, what types of leads should you be running? If you're doing this yourself and you think you're good enough to set up your own ads, these are the kind of ads that you guys need to be running. Okay, types of ads that we create. This is it right here. Buyer and seller leads, right? Luxury home leads, investor leads, fixer-upper leads, first-time home buyer, new home sale ads, mortgage leads, right, and market updates, branding leads, and many more. But that's your main ads that you should be creating if you're doing this on yourself. Okay, so we do everything. You don't have to, like, if you're wondering how it works with us, if you hire us, we create everything. We design all the ads, we set up all the marketing, everything's yours. You guys know that we don't do any shared leads, and everything's targeted marketing only, and we run everything on your Facebook business page, and we do Google ads as well and YouTube. But you must have a lot more experience with ads if you're doing it yourself. Don't get into that if you're doing it yourself. Start off with one platform only. I highly suggest Facebook first. Okay, questions and answers are here. You can read that if you guys like. Now let's go behind the scenes. This is the big thing here. Everybody's been probably waiting for. What do ads look like when we actually run them? Here they are here. And they might look pretty simple to the eye, but you saw what's actually inside and what's happening behind the scenes here. You saw everything that I talked about on the previous slides. We use the pre-qualified forms. We have the funnel system. We have the email and the retargeting system, tracking. It's one thing I didn't talk about, but we use the tracking system as well, and it goes into the CRM. So all that's happening. So if you're doing this yourself, you guys already know how to set things up, but if you need us to do it, that's what we do. And that's how the ads look. So if you're trying to figure out why maybe you've ran some ads in the past, this is what they actually look like. This is real ads that you see here. Sample, of course, samples, but that's what they kind of look like right there. Okay, and we come down here on Google as well. Google ads are actually different. It's totally different because it's a different platform, but you can see the actual ads there. That's how they run as well. Okay, I just want you guys to understand how things work. All right, so if you want to run them yourself, like I said, start with Facebook only. YouTube, same thing. We run ads for our own business on YouTube all the time, but I always tell everybody makes people talk about YouTube like it's super easy. It is. It's not that hard to actually do. But if you do it wrong, you can waste thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars every day, and then you're going to think it doesn't work. So you need to be trained on this stuff. If you're doing this yourself, watch as many videos as you can, or have us do it for you, whichever way you guys like. Okay, and coming down, we have the automated systems, or some of our landing pages. That's what we use. On the previous slides I showed you, you couldn't see any of this. And this is some of our old ones. We actually have a whole bunch, but we use a lot of automated lead capture pages. That's going on behind the scenes. That's how we get all these leads, and that's how we do a higher lead conversion for our clients. There is a funnel system kind of broken down really quick. So, but you guys already saw the funnel because I went through all those custom slides. And there's the chat bot right there, which we use this as well. And there's a text message system as well that you guys got to see. But that's what it looks like, more in different images and graphics, of course. But again, I already showed you all that. And that's just how the thing goes in a circle. But right here is an interesting video as well. You can actually see me running more ads and just getting leads, hundreds of leads super fast, just coming through. Okay, so just moving along here. Now let's go straight. You can read this stuff on your own. But let's go straight to the packaging. Keep in mind that the pricing always changes, depends on what we're offering at that point in time. Right now we have a starter pack, business pack, pro pack. We go as low as $199 for somebody who wants to try this out, and you can kind of read what you actually get. And if you're just starting out and you're new to marketing, and you're probably wondering, well, do I need marketing? I'm in real estate. Without leads, just know that you're not going to go anywhere. I mean, I've been in real estate a long time, and I'm telling you, you have to be working with a pool of leads. If you know a better way of getting a pool of leads yourself, say you're huge on social media, fine. But if you don't have leads coming in, you're going to need to figure out a way to get leads, or you're not going to make it. It's going to be really tough to pay all the brokerage fees. It's going to be tough just to stay in real estate. Most agents are working with a pool of leads. Okay, so that's a starter pack. You get about anywhere from, I would say, 10 leads, just starting out, and we give you an ad spend of $50. Okay, the next one's about 30 leads or $100 ad spend, whatever comes first. Just depends what the click per rate is. $2.99 on that one. And again, 100 leads here or 300 ad spend, whichever comes first. Sometimes you even get more leads than that. It just always depends on your ad spend. But that's the packages that we have now, just to show you guys, okay? And at the very bottom here, there is a simple form. Just go ahead and click on it. It's super easy to do. You can see how you just tick on these. Put your name, phone, email, and just answer these questions very quick and go ahead and send it. And we'll try to answer whatever questions you guys have on pretty much anything. If you want us to do it for you, that's our done for you system. Everything's ready to go, and you can see how we set up all the ads. Or again, you can go back and try to do it on your own. You guys saw how we do it. The most important thing is your follow-up. Try to spend anywhere from, I would say, just starting out, at least spend 4 different ads on Facebook. Don't get into Google, don't get into YouTube yet if you guys are just starting out. If you guys are pros at this, hopefully you've got some good tips out of this. That's what we do. So hopefully you got some value out of this video. I don't want to keep it going, and go ahead and smash the like button right now if you haven't yet. And subscribe to our channel. Leave any questions you possibly have in the comments. You'll find all the links to everything I talked about in the description. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the next video.